Hello and welcome to a ranked game here between the Pilot and Ridiculous. The Pilot, of course, the lord of this world, asking to dance with him. He is the creator of Fortune Lies Forever, and Ridiculous plans EF going first land, a couple P-gens and three mask tractors. Looks like first two land from Aeon. And of course Aeon, I used to be an Aeon player. In my opinion, they are the best overall faction once you learn how to play this game. Excellent opportunities for micro and taking advantage, especially at Tech 1. And excellent air, excellent experimentals, great toys all around. But if you make mistakes with them, you get punished pretty hard. Looks like a first scout for Pilot. He's looking for that first bomber, of course. Tech 1 bombers excellent against Auroras. That's usually one way to counter the Aurora early on. The other way is to get a gun on the UEF ACU. So it's really a choice based on the map and based on what you want to go with. Both of those moves require you to get quite a bit of power. The gun, it costs about, I believe, I don't want to lie, about 30,000 power. Or 24,000 or 30,000, I don't remember. So you can't get that right away. So there is a period when Aeon can dominate with the Aurora. You see the first kill for Mech Marine there goes to Ridiculous. Of course, on a map like this with big holes, sometimes the Auroras can be as well. You don't get as much maneuverability kiting other units, but still pretty wide open. Should be a good advantage. See an engineer here for Pilot getting a whole bunch of mass from the reclaim. Second land, a little late on the hydro perhaps, so it depends what you want to do. And you can see second land for Ridiculous. He's got two engineers on the land factory spam, total of 5 land factories planned. The ACU for Ridiculous moving out into the middle. And here on the far side, an engineer is going to pick up a couple mask extractors and a nice cover from Mech Marine and 2 tanks. It would be nice to see a scout with those as well. And on the other side, similar situation with Aurora covering a scout and an engineer following. It looks like in terms of map control, Ridiculous taking an early advantage with ACU to the middle, picking up 2 mask extractors. This expanding engineer also a little quicker. But of course early on with all these rocks scattered around, that's not as critical as in some other maps. Ridiculous now completely taking over the middle with the more powerful ACU. You can see 11,000 health on the Aeon ACU versus Ridiculous 12,000 to begin with. And now you can see some first losses, major losses for Ridiculous. He is in danger of losing that engineer and a couple of mask extractors. 5 Auroras, they will outgun in equal numbers strikers. So that's a very formidable Tech 1 force there for Pilot. We have the same situation though here. A couple 5 striker tanks moving out, taking over. And now you can see Pilot trying to fight the ACU battle in the middle. Still very even map control at this point. An air factory now making bombers. That's a good move for Ridiculous to counter the Aurora. That's a large force. Looks like some numbers advantage here for Ridiculous, but Pilot of course can use the range of the Aurora and also has the high ground here. These 5 Auroras still alive. It looks like they bypassed the tanks. They did kill the mask extractors. They're going to probably take out yet another mask extractor. An engineer is going to be killed. So very good Auroras here. And now Striker versus Aurora. Both ACUs pretty much full health. 2 kills each. And now Bombers versus Auroras. We'll see. There is some Tech 1 flak to protect against those 4. And you can see how good these Auroras now. They're going to be lost in close quarters. Took out a couple engineers and multiple mask extractors. A big advantage now for Pilot in terms of map control, precisely because of those. And more bombers coming out for Ridiculous. And in the center, looks like we are going to have the map cut horizontally. And our bomber coming in. There is a raider here up on this mountain. Will be destroyed. Nice attack there from Ridiculous. This is going to be a standoff. Who's going to make the first push? We see the ACU for Ridiculous. And once that UEF ACU gets the gun, it's one shot, one kill against the Auroras. Extremely powerful, but Ridiculous, looking at his power, doesn't have that much. He's actually pausing his air factory, not getting the power storage. So that's really not an option for him. Similar power for Pilot. He's also making interceptors. And now push from Ridiculous against the Auroras. Pilot pulling back, trying to kite, being successful. And you can see as soon as Ridiculous retreats, Pilot will follow up. And the medal is beginning to belong to Pilot. That was an excellent overcharge from Ridiculous, now with 18 kills. And Pilot using his advantage in the middle to perhaps gain a little more land, pushing up to the top. Nice scouts from interceptors. This air factory has been paused for a while. The power storage, of course, is online now for Ridiculous. Do we see a power storage? Yes, power storage for Pilot as well. Very even Tech 1 numbers, but of course Aurora's huge advantage. And a pull back for Pilot. He does not want to expose his mask extractors here. An air fight that looks like Ridiculous will take. Oh no, that was a great bomb from Pilot, but Pilot is going to have air. This factory has been paused for too long for Ridiculous. And now an upgrade started for the Aeon Commander. Of course, with a double gun, the Aeon Commander. I had this argument with Uber about a year ago, maybe less, and I have to admit I was wrong. Definitely the best ACU is the Aeon ACU, given all this Tech 2 shields you can put over it. That range is so epic. Although I personally think the UEF and Seraphim a little more safe, especially when they get that cruise missile launch. But in these types of battles, Aeon ACU very dominating. But now we do have very big advancement for Ridiculous. He does have Tech 2 land, Tech 2 flak, and Mongoose, which can outrange the Aurora. And now we're going to see the kiting the other direction. Now the UEF player is going to try to stay out of the range of the Aurora. It looks like it was the range for Pilot, not the rate upgrade for the gun. And that was a big push, perhaps a mistake from Ridiculous. He pushed into the ACU with all of his units. 14 kills for Pilot. Really no chance. So many Auroras around. See the very long range in that ACU. Once he gets the rapid fire upgrade, it'll be even better. But now, of course, it cannot range the Mongoose. The Mongoose cannot kite the ACU no more. So nice scouting there from the bomber. And a big advantage now for Pilot. That push was a very big mistake, in my opinion. A very good position for Ridiculous with that Tech 2 force. He could have started harassing those Auroras, but that was an excellent bomb. But instead he just threw away a whole bunch of units, giving Pilot a whole bunch of reclaim that he will surely use. And an air fight, looks like Ridiculous taking over air. So air control plus Tech 2. A Tech 2 point defenses would be a very nice move for Ridiculous. But I don't see any Tech 2 engineers. Looks like a pretty big power interceptor spam. And this does open up these Auroras to be bombed. No Tech 2 flak yet. Mongoose continue to kite. It looks like once they sneak in past the ACU, they're very powerful. But they got to keep moving. Potential push here for Pilot. He can run over these units. He's got the numbers. Tech 2 shields, and Ridiculous still without the gun, which is very unfortunate. And now the Mongoose sliding in behind Pilot's base. 3 mask extractors lost for Pilot. And these can cause significant damage if they're used correctly. It looks like they're going to be rushed in. They're going to be pulled back now against the Auroras. And this does prevent Pilot from pushing up top. Good move from Ridiculous, and Ridiculous with a massive... Yeah, this is a lot of interceptors. Some great use of Mongoose here from Ridiculous. Of course, now the ACU for Pilot. Using the range. That was unfortunate. Hit the hit the terrain with his overcharge. That's 5,000 power wasted. The Mongoose running into the corner. It looks like the Auroras are going to counter him. Yeah, they're going to be cornered and they're going to turn into nice chunks of mass. Good move from Pilot. He just has way too much Tech 1. Pilot chose to stay in Tech 1, has way more units, and using that advantage. Still no Tech 2 point defense, which is very strange from Ridiculous. And not enough build capacity on this factory. We're now seeing pillars and shields coming out. Pilot now in an excellent position in the middle. He does have engineers picking up some mass. Mass extractors being constructed. Placenta air. Full health ACU. And this total air domination really hasn't paid off for Ridiculous. We'd like to see a lot more bombers. We do see those bombers now. And they can do quite a bit of damage against this Tech 1 force. But of course, it's still very well placed anti-air. And not too many bombs actually dropped off. Now the gun coming up for Ridiculous, he should have got that a long time ago. But perhaps not too late. You can see this anti-air now with 3 kills, 4 kills. Now the Aurora is moving in. Of course, the pillars, much more health, much more powerful than the Aurora if they're used correctly. And now map control shifting in Pilot's favor. He's going to cut off the top corner that used to belong to Ridiculous. Total control on the bottom. Ridiculous has nearly finished his gun. And these bombers don't get more than 1 pass. Ridiculous now with the gun, 1 shot, 1 kill against the Aurora. But no units left. He just has his ACU, where that doesn't make any sense why he's just lost all his units. And a late gun isn't going to be enough. We're now going to see Ridiculous base disappear. And now Tech 2 land from Pilot as well. Some Obsidians and Tech 2 flak and shield. So really overall easy victory for Pilot. He used the Aurora very well, took over the middle, took over map control. There were some possibilities for Ridiculous, like the Tech 2 point defense, but he did not take it. And hopefully people enjoyed this one.